price, put a price that's profitable on your product or service. So I know these are some principles that you are probably considering, and this is one of the trainings inside of the Business of At-Home Business community. So I'm going to go through the first module just so that you have an idea and get started thinking about what it would be profitable pricing for your product or service. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jane Gardner. I work with my husband in a structural engineering firm for the last 20 years, and we'd like to retire. So I've come out onto the internet to share my wisdom, share my trainings, and share my knowledge with others to help them start a home business. So let's get started. When you're looking at profitable pricing, one of the difficulties is to face what is going to be the price. What do you charge for your product or services? It's not an easy question to answer, but hopefully you're going to learn in this training a variety of methods that will help you not only pick a price, but pick the right one. So consulting firm McKinsey & Company studied companies on global 1,200 companies and found that if they raised their price by just 1% while demand remained constant, profits would increase 11% on average. This small change to the consumer of these companies' product prices meant a huge change for the companies themselves. How would raising your prices 1% help you? An effective price strategy will not only help you sell your products or services in the short term, but also increase your profitability over the long term. The key is to understand the fundamentals of pricing and what value you offer to your target market. Pricing products effectively benefits you by helping you meet or exceed your revenue targets, remain competitive in your market by pricing your products in relation to those of competitors, retain or increase your market share, retain customer loyalty, and keep your customers buying from you no matter what changes in the market, and retain your image and reputation as a company that offers quality products at an appropriate price. By the time you finish this training, you should be able to define your ideal customer through objective data gained through market research. As well, if you come into the Business of At-Home Business community, you will effectively research competitors and market trends in order to set prices that will make you competitive. Position your product or service in your market by defining the unique value it offers your target customer, and understand a variety of pricing strategies and learn which one works best for your product or service. You'll create a system for monitoring the results of your pricing so you can keep it up to date and understand when it's good to raise or lower prices and how to use these techniques to your advantage. So today we're going to be talking about your ideal customer, because at the very beginning it's all about your ideal customer. So think of some of the products and services you have bought. Which were a good value? How long have you been loyal to particular brands? Do you buy everything that they put out? What differentiates them in terms of their pricing? And how does price factor in? Well, think about this. Have you bought a product recently, or are you buying the products from one marketer or from one service over and over again because of the value? Or because of the price, or what you get for the price? What differentiates them in terms of their pricing? Do they have good customer service? Are they helpful and give you ideas on how to work with their product, etc.? So how does the price of it factor in? So the first episode is going to be defining your customer, because in the beginning you have to figure out who your customer is and who is your target market if you want a sound pricing strategy. So you need to create a profile that defines the segment of your customer base most likely to find value in the products or service you offer. You can't please everyone. It's not even possible to target everyone. Many businesses fail to create a profile such as this because they mistakenly believe that their products appeal to anyone. However, when you define your target, you can then figure out exactly how to tailor your marketing message, boost your appeal, brand your company, and set prices accordingly. When you know who your target customer is, you can understand how they feel about your company and fashion your strategies accordingly. Another reason to target is that it cuts down on unnecessary costs. There's no reason to advertise on a website your target market would never visit. Targeting is the best use of your marketing dollars. When you define your target, you're not leaving anyone out. They are likely customers that fall outside of the definition of your target market. They will still buy from you. Just defining your target is just about focusing to get your advertising and marketing appropriately focused. So, you may already have a good idea who your target market is, but do you need to be as specific as possible? Avoid being general at all costs. A demographic like entrepreneurial moms is too general. You need to create a full profile of your ideal customer, just as if they were a single specific individual. The information you should look for, it falls into two categories: demographics and psychographics. Demographics includes basic data, while psychographics are more personal and psychological in nature. Demographic information to look for includes age, geographic location, gender, income level, education level, marital status, family composition, and occupation. Psychographic information includes personality, attitudes, values, hobbies, lifestyle, behavior, how the individual sees themselves or her. One final important category of data for is buying behavior. This data should answer questions such as: where does your ideal customer buy? When? What is your ideal customer's buying strategy? How does your ideal customer feel about buying the product they need? And how important is price to your customer? So you've got at least 3 things to research for your ideal customer. You can never have too much data about your customer, so it's good to use every available opportunity to gather it. Here are just a few ways. Current customers. Gather information from them through surveys, sales follow-up, interacting on social media, and any other touch points you have with them. Start with whatever customer data you already have on file and ask them why they buy from you. And then you can look at your competitors' customers. Carry out the same data gathering as well with your competitors' customers. The challenge here is you may not have a wealth of information, but if you use social media, online reviews, and whatever other data, you could also conduct surveys and ask for information directly. Now go through your products and service, and for each feature or aspect of it, ask yourself what type of person would benefit from this feature. Once you've narrowed down your target market enough to make an individual profile, ask yourself, are there enough people that fit in that criteria? Is there any point that could be made more specific? Will my target customers really benefit from my product or service? Do they have a need for it? Do they want it? Desire it? Do I understand what drives my target market to make buying decisions? Can my target market reasonably afford my product and services? And can I reach my target market with my message of value? So here's an example of a company that offers easy web design tools to website owners. An insufficient customer profile might look something like this. Our ideal customer is a website owner who uses our products to quickly and easily design and make design changes to their websites. They're running a small business, so they don't have much time and they don't have any particular design skills, so our product is a great help to them. That's not really detailed enough. Here's a better example. Our ideal target customer is a freelance e-commerce website owner in his 30s living in a mid-sized city in the American Midwest. He spends about 6 hours a week reading blogs, and this is where he discovers our service. He makes $40,000 to $60,000 per year with his e-commerce websites and freelance programming. He makes on to do ends meet. He's not sure about how much he'll make each year with his business, and that makes it hard for him to consider going on for a vacation. He's been married for 2 years and wants to start a family, but he feels like things are pretty shaky. He hopes that our tools will allow him to cut costs and streamline his e-commerce website so that he can focus on strategies to drive traffic and boost sales. This is very specific, and it gives you a clear idea of the relationship between your e-commerce website customer and your easy web design product. It's easy to understand the value your product holds for him, and this helps you with pricing and positioning. So, believe it or not, like all other trainings, you need to start with a customer profile of your existing and ideal customer types. If you don't have access to this customer information, consider surveying them. For both your existing and ideal customer base, consider demographics, psychographics, and buying strategies. Does your existing customer align with your ideal customer type, or are you barking up the wrong tree? This and many other questions you have to figure out when you're doing your pricing profile. So this is part of the Business of At-Home Business community pricing, profitable pricing training that you can go through inside the Business of At-Home Business community. You can become a founding member at http://bohbtips.com/members and get in for a reasonable price at this time of $1 for the month to go through anything that you wish on the site, and then about $9 or 2 cups of coffee a month. I want to make this easy and simple for people to start their home business, to grow their home business, and to be able to use resources without having to pay a lot of money and becoming a more successful business entrepreneur. Because that's my mission, is to help others become easy home business entrepreneurs. So thank you for listening. This is Jane Gardner, and this was been part of the first section of the profitable pricing training inside of the Business of At-Home Business community. And I will be putting this in today, and it will be available tomorrow as the first section of the modules in profitable pricing. Thank you for listening.